Duane Washington Jr. has been at the top of the list of players that have been punching out of their expected weight class within the Suns' rotation and operating in time on task, just being ready to produce if and whenever his number's been called, and to really exceed whatever expectations might be placed upon him when his number's called. And he's been enjoying some great successes of late. So I wanted to go ahead and dive into the film from his 25-point performance against the Cleveland Cavaliers from Sunday. All right, let's get to it. So this first play here, we're going to see him coming down in semi-transition, kind of like a secondary break here. He's going to end up getting a screen from Aiden, but the Cleveland Cavaliers apply ice coverage to him, so he's going to stick with it to his right hand, reject, and then get to the mesh point there with the ice coverage between Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. And he's going to end up getting to a soft touch floater from a very tough angle. He's just a great scorer, and he has these little moments that always remind you of the touch and feel that he has when he's operating in that manner. All right, this next play here is going to be coming off of the sideline out of bounds, and it's going to be kind of like zoom or zoom adjacent action for him. And he's going to flow into a rescreen with DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's going to slip the rescreen, and it's good because you can see already the space that's created as Washington Jr. changes direction with the low dribble, quick and very sudden with it, and is able to springboard himself downhill to eliminate the angle some as he gets into his pickup point, and then finish off the glass with some impressive touch. All right, this next play here, we're going to see he's working off ball, and they're going to get into some of their pistol action here. This is going to be Chicago, and you're going to end up seeing as he catches off the dribble handoff, he's going to take one dribble and then just get into the pull-up instantly. This is the high octane and pyrotechnic like dynamic that he brings as a guard coming off the bench. These little spurts that he has in scoring and just doing little things that takes a different type of level of confidence and a different type of level of skill, even more so, to execute. He's going against starters here. He's on the court going against starters, and he's just operating as if he's one of those guys because he truly does believe that he is, and he shows it time and time again when he has the rock in his hand. Great play there. All right, this next play here, we're going to see isolation and getting towards the late clock, so he's going to end up working in space here. And as the space gets eaten up and he kind of has his airspace crowded, he does a good job being fundamental in the triple threat. So he drops down, gets low, goes jab, fake, and then go. And then just look at the touch off the glass here. This is just extremely impressive to get, again, from a guard coming off the bench and in his second season. This is a veteran move, quite honestly. And it's just very, very, very impressive. You see the offhand activity as he navigates to the pickup point, and then does a good job again stepping in to eliminate the angle to then go with the extended arm finish on the right side, playing the glass as well. Just very, very impressive, very technical. And then here we're going to see as they, again, in semi-transition, secondary breakage. This pass is unbelievable. It didn't get enough attention in my honest opinion. Coming down in transition, throwing this skip pass. If you've been following me for any amount of time on Twitter, you've seen me speak about skip passes in transition being one of my favorites because it always generates an advantage and always it generates a scoring opportunity. And you can see the percentage and opportunity and ability to score just rising as this play happens. Just great court vision, great placement on the pass. Again, doing this with the left hand. High level of skill, high level of confidence. And he's blending it both together with the opportunities that he's been given over the last handful of weeks. Kicking it over to Shaman here for a three. All right, and then here we're going to see he takes unders personally. He rarely gets them, but on the rare occasion that he does, he never hesitates to pull. And this is coming right before halftime to beat the halftime buzzer. He gets it's not an under this time, it's more of a switch, but Jared Allen is not in place, as you can kind of see the reaction there as he knows he let his team down on this specific play with botched coverage at the mesh point, and Washington Jr. makes them pay. All right, now here, this one's going to be a miss, but it's the audacity, the positive audacity that he has. He doesn't care who's at the basket. When he's moving and he's grooving, he's going to go and he's going to try to score against whoever, whether that's a perimeter defender that's against him that's all NBA, or it's a player in the front court that he's attacking and trying at the basket like Jared Allen there. And that's going to be a setup for a play that's going to come after this one. So here we're going to see him coming down again, semi-transition. He's going to get a pistol screen from Ish Wainwright, and you can see Ish Wainwright's being guarded by Kevin Love. Kevin Love's at the near elbow. Kevin Love's in a drop. Ish sees this right away. Or I'm sorry, Duane Washington Jr. sees this right away, and he just comes off with no hesitation. He's pulling up. And he's shooting 55.6% on pull-up threes since December 20th. So this is an extremely high percentage shot and one that he's extremely comfortable taking. And he just knocks this down within flow, within rhythm. All right, and on the next play here, we're going to see in transition, he's going to kick over to Mikal. And as I spoke about in one of the previous film sessions, Mikal's been using his dribble drives to create advantages and play make off of, rather than play make for himself, which is the evolution of his game. So as he does that, he's going to attack this closeout here in transition. He's going to get a paint touch, and now they're playing in paint integrating. You can see Duane Washington Jr. at the bottom of the screen sink into the corner, the opposite corner from where Mikal came from. Gets into a 1-2, pulls up, knocks it down, and lets it hang. But the big thing here for me is look at the play to the crowd. Look at the energy. Look at the confidence on display here. This is all that you want, especially from bench players, coming in with that fire, with that edge, and with that energy that they need to make an impact on the game. And his impact was ever present and really just as dominant as any player from the Suns at any given stretch in this game against the Cavaliers. Just very impressive. I love to see this. All right, and then this next play here, we're going to see he's coming off of a handoff here. He's going to get weak this time, so he got iced early on, and now we're going to see him being weak, forced to his left hand. You can see the help from Donovan Mitchell, who's guarding Damian Lee on the left side of the screen here. You can see them kind of creating like a little triangle of help defense for him to navigate, and he's going to do a good job with his patience and just being very, very crafty with his handle here, navigating the weak coverage, getting into the snake dribble, putting his initial defender on his back hip. And now he gets to the late switch. He's really good at navigating pick and roll to create late switch and opportunities for him to attack against switches. Does a great job here. And as I mentioned in the play before the last, he doesn't care who it is that's in front of him. He's going to try to put the ball in the basket against whoever in whatever situation or scenario that presents itself. He manipulates the late switch, gets again to Jared Allen, and look at the change of direction and change of speed. And then lastly, again, looking at the minor details, another extended arm finish, but look at the wrong-footed finish here. This is just a high-level premium play from a guard coming off the bench. This is unreal. Just very impressive skill and level of just being a competitor here on display from Duane Washington Jr. This might have been my favorite play from the game, honestly. And then this next one here, we're going to see them get into an impromptu double screen. This is not necessarily a double drag or 77 thing. It's just kind of impromptu late in the shot clock. They're just trying to generate any advantage that they can. So they end up going with a double screen. He does a great job being patient before getting downhill. And then as he gets downhill, he gets to this point where, again, he's manipulated another late switch because of the change of direction and change of pace of play that he's playing with. So he gets Evan Mobley, as he engages him getting downhill, to step up. And he peeks. You can see his head peek over to see what's going on the second side here as he comes off of the second screen. He sees that no one's tagging Jock Landale, so he's going to put a very crafty and very well-timed pocket pass on Landale to get into the roll for the finish. Just very impressive play from Duane Washington Jr. of late, and he's been operating in a great space. And, again, opportunities are not guaranteed as players begin to come back from the men for the Suns, but what's guaranteed is that, much like Ish Wainwright that I mentioned last week, he's going to stay ready, and whenever his number is called, he's going to come in and he's going to make plays and have a positive impact on the team.